Right then, welcome back and welcome to Imola. Again, we seem to have been here a lot recently. Variante Bassa circuit on the 1989 Yamaha OWO1, otherwise known as an FZR750R. We went testing, did 5 laps. Honestly, the bike feels slow, however, the time was quite quick, 150.6. A little way behind the more modern stuff like the R7 and stuff like that. That's the setup, very high on the front end, and you really want it's a 750. It doesn't really have the skin to pull, the power to pull a skin off a rice pudding. We went medium soft. The plan was just to go flat out balls to the wall after we've dodged the AI falling off at the start, have a bit of fun, see how fast we could go, try and keep it clean and not kind of make a mess of it, and just because normally we go for an economical ride, don't we? So I was just going to try and go fast and see how we went, use the fuel, it didn't really matter, and just have a bit of fun. So massive amount of fairing, banging and bashing and all sorts of stuff going off when we first started. However, it became quite obvious quite quickly that we had a bit of a pace advantage. Now the VFR 750s, is it a generation behind the OWO1? Probably-ish, but HRC always seem to make their bike go quicker than they should. The R7s are going to be fast, the SP1s are going to be fast. There's a few rogues in there, put it that way, that should be walking away from the FZR. But somehow the game seems to have a balance of performance that works, and we just basically just worked our way through the pack, trying to stay out of trouble, trying to suck the AI into a late apex or turning late or running wide and bits and bobs. There was a couple of times where we maybe stuck a wheel where we shouldn't have stuck a wheel, but all in all it wasn't too bad. And 3/4 of the way around lap 1 we're in 8th. We have a little bit of a ding dong with another FZR 750. That means we're up to 7th down the hill, into the final. Well, they're not the final 2 left-handers on the Ravazza corners. Obviously we've got the chicane on this because it's Variante Bassa, or bottom chicane in boring old English. And lap 1, no problems, 2.5 seconds behind the leader, 7th, everything is looking quite hunky-dory. And then they fall off in front of us. How we didn't fall off, I don't know. Skedaddle through the gravel trap and still get a penalty. Absolutely unacceptable. I guess the game doesn't know that there was a clash of AI as we went through. But end lap 1, 5th, not too far behind the leader. Coming into Toza, somebody crashes, that promotes us to 4th. Up the hill, up to the top chicane. We think about going up the inside of the ZXR 750, but think better of it. Just try to use the extra straight line performance down the hill again towards the Ravazza, so we're up to 3rd. Now, that's basically the end of lap 2. It took until nearly halfway around lap 4 before we managed to get past 2nd place into 2nd, and then once we'd done that it took another 2 laps. I know, disgusting, how dare it take 2 laps for me to catch a rider on a circuit. It's absolutely not acceptable. Took another 2 laps and I thought, you know what, we're more than halfway through the race, I've got less than half a tank left, I'm going to go in, I'm going to see if I can force the AI to make a pit stop. I don't think it works, I just think they're on their own schedule, but in my head, I'm kind of forcing the pace, I'm making them make pit stops. We go medium soft again, and fuel wise I was aiming for about 60%. Now, bear in mind we're on performance mode and we're trying our hardest to go as fast as we possibly can, just for the poops and giggles of it all. And we come out in 7th, about 20 seconds behind the leader. Remember, we short-filled it, so it's not too bad. End of the lap past the pits, we jump up a few places, up to 4th, through the chicane. Loads of fuel, I'm not worried about fuel, I'm not worried about running out of tyres. We're just racing, enjoying the sunset at a really nice circuit. The bike did feel slow, it did feel like the whole race was in slow motion after some of the races we've done. I'm not quite sure why. Bit of fairing bashing down the hill towards the Ravazzas again, but that puts us up to 2nd, and then the leader runs out of fuel, so we managed to zip past them, and that was basically it. What I didn't really keep an eye on once we got into the lead, because I was just enjoying myself very, very much, was the fuel. We're down to 2% as it stands right now, and what we do is we basically fluke it, and as we cross the line we are down to a big fat 0. which I guess you could say was a perfectly judged fuel strategy, but it is what it is. Another lap and we would have been in a world of trouble. 13-second lead, like I said, we weren't going mad, we were just riding. So yeah, all in all, I thought it was quite an enjoyable race. The bike's got quite a hollow sound to it, so it sounds a bit different, a bit like the ZXRs, a bit of a different sound. But yeah, 11 laps, won by nearly 18 seconds, steady away, not really anything significant to write home about, not many accidents or anything like that. And it was all good. So there you go. Thanks for watching, comment, subscribing. You're all absolute legends and heroes. And fingers crossed I will see you next time. Take care, stay safe, peace.